Hey Raiders, welcome back to the channel. This will be another video on Sintranos. The first one's going to be C18, the Eternal Dragon, and the Spider for a boss key. So this one's fairly easy. The Spider is about level 10. So basically I just put in the best champions I have. I'm going to try and kill the Spiders first, and then the builds aren't insane, but I am fairly late or end game. So we'll get started. So you can see I got Herndig, he's pretty good damage. He was good against low-level Spider too, because he can kill any one of them with his A1 and then go for his A3. So Dark Elhain is not built very strong. Claude is built for my Iron Twins 15 team. Brogni is built for my Ultra Nightmare clan boss. And then Ugo's built for my hard Hydra. So you can see Dark Elhain doesn't do too much damage. But this is a pretty easy boss. You don't really need to be that high level. I think mid-gamers can probably make it through this pretty well. So basically, you just go through, you kill the spider boss, so the spiderlings aren't going after you too much. And they're both pretty slow, so you're going to be able to get to them. Yeah, he's probably going to put some skills on cooldown, the Eternal Dragon. But overall, this is the easiest key to get for the boss. Now, it's kind of misleading because once you get past all these keys, none of them are nearly as challenging as the boss is. They're all much easier than the probably upper 40 floors of Doom Tower Hard. As you can see, this level is going to go down pretty quickly. I'm not going to show any of the builds on these because this is a fairly mid-game boss level. So there you go. Herndig did most of the work, but it was a pretty easy composition. So use what you got there, just build a good team composition, and go from there. So then I showed another key the other day. And then for the third and final key that I'm going to show, you also have to beat the Scarab King to get to it, and you're fairly restricted. So I used Bad El Kazar, but this D9 Scarab is basically like a lower level hard Doom Tower. You could also use a Crypt King Graal. You just need somebody who's built for soloing dungeons. So I don't have an ideal build on this guy because I can't do it on auto. You need about 350 resistance to resist all the debuffs. But the 90% is what will get him here. I built him with the resistance to resist, but the 97%, the 3% fail rate ends up allowing the Scarab King to heal up. So I just manual Bad El Kazar for the whole fight. And I get this on 5 times speed because it's kind of a long fight. You can look at the ticker there of the timer, and it's moving up. But you're seeing he's not stealing much, but you need to time. If you use Bad El Kazar, you need to build him slow enough so he's only 1-to-1 on the Scarab King, and then start off with an A1 and do it and use his main skill after the Scarab King does his strip. And then you'll get through it pretty well. The 3% may actually get you a slow, and then you might fall out of sync, but you could just try it again. But if you're at a 1-to-1 speed, and I think that's about 175 speed or so, maybe 180, you should do fine. This guy's built at about 230, so he's going too fast. I also have him in Relentless, which doesn't work to go 1-to-1. I just didn't want to re-gear him. I tried to re-gear him for the resistance, and then the 3% got me on the first run, so I just manualed it. But as you can see, it's taking a while, like 6 minutes in, and I'm still only at about, 40% of his health? But to me, it was either re-gear him completely, which I don't want to do. I'm not even home right now, so I can't really use my computer to do the Hell Hades optimizer. I don't really use Bad El for much on this account anyway, but I didn't want to re-gear him, so I just manualed it. But Crypt King Graal would be a good option if you have him. It's going to be a little bit slower, but you can actually 100% put that one on auto because you don't have to worry about him stealing a continuous heal. So getting closer, down to about 15% or so, and hitting almost 10 minutes in. So it is a long fight, but again, you don't have to take the time. If you've got a Bad El built for dungeons, just use that Bad El and you can just make it through this pretty easily. I know people are using some other champions, but this is just one option you can take. And once you get past Scarab King, you don't have to do him again. So I'm coming close to the end on this battle, and he's about to take his final dirt nap. And there he goes. So I'll show my Bad El Kazar build. Got a little bit of gear. I'm saving all the gear right now because I need to look at it a little more closely. So I'm going to show Bad El. See, I've got him at about 220 something speed. Pretty decent resistance, pretty decent accuracy for dungeons at least. Decent HP. I lowered his HP to bring up his resistance, then it didn't matter in the end anyway. But there it goes. He just needs a decent amount of hit points, needs to be able to heal up. So like I said, any dungeon soloer can probably do this if you have one built in these factions. But as far as Sintranos goes, I'm a really big fan right now of just using what you got. Try not to rebuild things if you don't have to, because there's plenty of secret room style floors. So this next fight is going to be for the 3 keys. It's Bommal, and he's about kind of the lower level Doom Tower hard Bommal. And then it's Ice Golem, Tainted, and so this one is about level 20 Ice Golem, but he's Tainted, so you never face one like that. So I brought in Foli to hopefully block revive the minions, and Criodan is actually really good if you use the strategy version that Plarium wanted to use. Criodan is really good at keeping the bombs frozen. So I'm going to be triggering a lot of bombs here because, well, I'm just kind of YOLOing this one. Wasn't able to one-shot the minions, but I'm spawning quite a few bombs here, so that has me a little concerned. But fortunately, when you do freeze them, at this level, they're not doing too much damage. I'll use the takedown, get rid of those guys first off. So I want Bommal out of there. I want to kill Bommal, so I'm focusing on him. Things start to fall apart a little bit after I kill Bommal, but I do make it through this run. Lady Kimi's pretty good because she has the speed slow. They're both susceptible to slow, even though it spawns more bombs. Of course, max HP damage and turn meter reduction plus slow on Royal Guard is good. So that all worked out pretty well. So yeah, and Criodan also has speed, so I have double speed boosting in here. So as you can see, the bomb count that I've got there has gotten pretty large. So at this point, I'm getting a little bit concerned, but the Criodan freezes actually did really well. So, oh, and I got Elva in there. Okay, so actually I have triple speed boosters if I include Elva, Kimi, and Criodan. But Criodan's got all but one of the bombs frozen. May even get the last one. But they resist pretty well. I will show the builds. Their resistance isn't all that good. It's about, the lower ones are about, I don't know, 175, 200. And they're resisting Bommal's bombs pretty well. So this level's pretty dumbed down. I think it's actually easier than Doom Tower Hard. Even though the level is about the same level as Doom Tower Hard on the first Doom Tower Hard Bommal. But yeah, so go ahead and hit Bommal because I don't have the AoE up to try and take out the minions. Once I get going on the Ice Golem, that's actually my biggest threat because I end up killing him pretty fast, and then he starts doing his big swing and takes a few of mine out. I have one Reviver here, and I'm getting pretty low right there, but another nice hit from the Royal Guard. Royal Guard is, and Foli obviously, but Royal Guard is my big damager against Bommal. Foli does some decent damage. So I get a couple deaths here, but Bommal's almost gone. I'm in a little bit of danger, but we'll finish off Bommal. I'll bring back the Foli because I really need him. And now actually, Foli should have his A3 up, and as I lose Royal Guard. So things are getting a little tedious, and it looks like I'm going to fail this. Oh, Foli does not have that big hit yet. But again, these bosses, their speeds are fairly low, so just when you think you're going to wipe, you still get plenty of chances. So now Foli's AoE is up. He's probably going to take out both Bommal and the guard, the minions at the same time. There they go. And now I just got to work on the last bomb goes off. So I am fairly low on Elva. Elva's what's keeping me alive here. But yeah, I'll work on Tainted Crisis, and the minions are blocked. I'll bring back Royal Guard now, try to work through this. It's really not bad, and what makes it doable is the speed on these. I went over the levels of the bosses earlier, but the speed is really what makes these doable. So if you have decent speed on your champions and you're kind of running circles around the bosses, that really helps you to survive late into the battle and be able to finish them off. So getting close on the Tainted Ice Golem here. And, I mean, it's still at this point, though, I was not 100% confident I was going to finish this fight. Like, I thought, he's taking a lot of swings. I can end up losing this one pretty easily. But double hitter with Foli, That gets him pretty low. He'll take his other big swing, and then I should be able to finish him off. And there he goes. So overall, I really like the dynamics of these double boss fights and all the secret room style in Sintranos. What I don't really like, though, is that they are kind of low level. Like, pretty much all the boss fights are lower level that you need for the keys to get to the main boss. They're lower level than the Doom Tower hard upper floors, and they really need to be that hard because the boss is very difficult. If you look into him at who's beaten him, there's some people who have beat him in 4 turns with, say, an ally attack team. I'm not really sure what's going on there, how good of skills they have. I'm going to look more into it. So far, I haven't been able to beat the boss, but I'll go ahead and show my builds here. Foli is fast. He's for live arena. He's 274 speed. His attack's okay. His crit damage is decent. He's nothing too extraordinary, but he's good enough to kill Wukong. Elva is fairly fast. She's about 265, 3,700 defense, and about just under 70,000 HP. She survives pretty well. She's got over 600 resistance. Doesn't have 700, but over 600, so she's pretty good in PvE. I can use her in live arena sometimes if I need to. Lately I haven't been trying. So my Royal Guard build here is actually pretty poor. He's fairly slow at about 170, 180 crit damage, not even quite 100 crit rate because I've had to steal gear from him and just put whatever I could on him. So he's not that great, but he gets the job done still. He does have enough accuracy to slow the Dark Fae on Doom Tower hard 120. And that's kind of what I was going for with him, was to supplement Newt, supplement Herndig when I used him. Then Criodan's about 250 speed with 350 accuracy, and Lady Kimi, she's about 300 speed. I need to make her faster. Also about 350 accuracy. So, I mean, they can get the job done. About 350 accuracy is all it really takes. In any case, hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.